right, test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. All right, welcome in everybody. My internet is being complicated right now. Why will my chat not come up? I know we're live, but some things are just not loading. Do I have a VPN on right now or something? No, but that's all right. We're just gonna get started. I'm gonna let people kind of trickle in for a couple minutes here while I just say hi to everybody. Oh, there we go. I think chat is starting to load up now. And while people kind of join in, I'm just gonna take a couple seconds to prepare something that I was looking for on my phone for this stream. But we're going to start off by talking a little bit about a Starship update, SpaceX Starship. There was a considerable update to discuss. And then we're going to talk about something exciting coming to the Rocket Future channel that I am super, super jazzed about. I'm really, really excited for it. And I hope y'all will be excited for it too. I do just need to pull up these darn pictures. I had them up, but then I had to reload it. We're doing Restream a little bit differently today, so I'm curious. I'm hoping that there's no internet blips like there was on Sunday, but if there was, I think Restream might handle it a little bit better. X and Facebook might still have challenges, but we will find out, I guess. Okay, just give me a couple more seconds here to see if I can find these pictures. And then we can discuss SpaceX. But yeah, welcome in. Oh yeah, I just found them. Good, good, good. All right. Okay, I'm sending them over to myself. Let me just save them. But yeah, second, I'm a little bit too loud in my volume here. Second studio stream in a week. Which is wild. We weren't doing these for a while, so that's pretty cool. Okay, okay, there's a couple of the pictures that I need. Okay, I think we're good. Actually, not yet. 1 second. Capture 13. All right, now we're good. Save as. I'm not prepared. Okay, let's get right into this. Close this. Let's open an X tab. Let's go to SpaceX, and I'll show you my desktop here. Okay. Make this a little bit smaller for y'all. So, if you joined on the stream on Sunday, we talked a little bit about the preparations that SpaceX were making for Flight 7. So we're hoping to see Flight 7. The most recent update we have is January 11th from that leaked information from NASA, I suppose. We don't know how realistic it is for them to stick to that date, but they are making progress towards flight readiness for Flight 7. So we talked last stream about how they were planning on doing a spin prime test, or that they had done a spin prime test. That was Sunday, so they already had completed the spin prime test. That's right. We went over how that they had road closure scheduled for Monday, and that we were expecting to see a static fire. Sure enough, check this out. Look at these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shots of Flight 7 booster. Static fire. So full 33 engine static fire. Great shots from SpaceX. So this is great. This is great to see. We got a video here too. Check this out. Look at that right there. I want you to look at that. Under the OLM during static fire. That is not a shot that I believe we've seen before. So very, very cool to see that shot. Very, very cool to see Flight 7 booster static fire completed. And SpaceX did tweet out static fire and Flight 7 Super Heavy booster. I have a feeling this is a good indication that they are kind of ready to go as far as the booster goes. So the next question, of course, is when will the ship get rolled out on the static fire mount to Massey's, and when will the ship static fire? And then there's a few remaining questions about this is the version 2 of Starship, upper stage, actual Starship. So are there any additional tests that they're going to do on this ship that we haven't seen on the last few flights? So that remains to be seen, but we have to see the ship get moved out to Massey's and undergo testing. But I expect to see maybe a cryo and maybe a spin prime and a static fire, and then we'll see where they go from there. But this is huge, a huge step forward in getting themselves ready for Flight 7, which will hopefully be second week of January. We're gonna keep you updated on that timeline. So we'll have to see if they run into any other issues, or if the first version 2 testing campaign of Starship goes smoothly. I expect it to. I believe it's one ring taller, so and the flaps are in different positions. So not really that much different to test, in my opinion. But I don't know what else that they changed, kind of behind the scenes, and things that we can't see on version 2. So I'm really excited for that. But that's just the quick update on SpaceX Starship and their flight readiness for their next flight. So if anybody's trying to come down to see this live, or is just excited to see the next flight of Starship, then there you go. We're going to see this happen pretty soon. All right, moving on from SpaceX Starship. If there's any other questions about Starship, please feel free to put those in the chat. I'm going to open up, again, a second chat for myself, just to make sure that the Restream chat is working, because Restream has been giving me problems. So if you're chatting on YouTube and I don't see it, I will see it soon. There we go. Can you play Starship game? Aiden C says, can you play the Starship game? I'm glad you like that, Aiden. We only have about a half hour. So I don't know if I'll be playing that today. We'll see. Yeah, probably not today, but I actually had so much fun with that, Aiden. We will do that soon. I promise. We will definitely do that again. I'm actually really, really glad you suggested that. I'm glad you liked it, because I did too, and we'll do that some more. If anybody didn't catch the Starship game we played, it was called Starship Factory. It was awesome. Really, really cool. I'm excited to play some more of it. Let me know if you need any more information on that. All right, let's move forward to the quote-unquote special announcement that we have for today. What did I call this stream today? Rocket Future... I don't know, whatever. Rocket Future announcement regarding an upcoming adventure. So that's what we're moving into. So we're going to be going on a little bit of an adventure in February. And I'm going to try to take y'all with me as much as I can. in a sustainable way where I can enjoy the adventure and also bring that adventure to y'all at home. So, what am I doing on this adventure? Well, if you have watched the Rocket Future channel in the past, you will know that I mostly cover Starship and Starbase as of late. That is the most exciting thing happening in space right now and rockets right now. Of course, the name of the channel is Rocket Future. We specialize in rocket coverage. However, rockets are not the only thing we cover, and Starship is not the only rocket that we cover. We hope to, this is a little bit of a tangent, but we hope to cover maybe the first Neutron launch this year, potentially a new Glenn launch this year, probably a new Shepard launch this year. These are all things that we hope to bring you live streams of. But that aside, there is other things we like to bring you coverage on as well. For example, we did live coverage of the 2023 annular eclipse from, I think it was San Antonio. This is just a little video I made, but we did a live stream that day, which was really, really fun. I had a lot of fun on that stream, and I hope you all tuned in and checked that out. We encouraged everybody to view the 2024 eclipse. We used some 2017 eclipse footage as a hype video. And of course, we went to the 2024 eclipse, had an absolute blast. The 2024 eclipse was amazing. We did a whole live stream at the eclipse, and we had so much fun. So these are the types of things we like to do. We like to bring you experiences like this, awe-inspiring experiences, things that make me. When I see these things, I don't know, they make me feel like not human. Like going to see the eclipse, like in that moment, things feel weird. It really just breaks my brain. And those brain breaking moments I like to share with everybody in case they are not able to go see those things for themselves. So what is the next adventure we are going on? That is the question. So there is no eclipse, at least no readily available eclipse in February that I know about. We're not going to an eclipse, but we're doing something else that may or may not be similar. Oops, that was a little bit of a spoiler. Let me bring up some pictures for you. These are some screenshots from some Facebook posts I made in 2014. This is over 10 years ago. January 8th, 2024. Who wants to join me really early tomorrow morning at Mallett's Bay in Colchester for a moderate to high chance of seeing the aurora? December 2015. Aurora hunters just got an aurora wake-up call from Aurora Alerts. Predictions were wrong. KP expected to be at or above 6.67. IKEA, if you live in Vermont, New Hampshire, get somewhere dark with a clear view of the horizon to the north with no light pollution. More 2014, I'm hoping that after tomorrow night, I can finally see the aurora borealis. These are all my posts on Facebook. This is one from a friend of mine. Why am I leaving? This is 2014. Why am I leaving the comfort of my bed at 2:30 a.m.? Because Andrew convinced me to try to go see the aurora borealis with all these other people. This is May of this year. The news usually overhypes the aurora situation. But if G5 conditions continue until the nighttime in the northeast, this is one they actually might pay attention to, blah, 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 blah. I have been chasing the aurora for 10 years. Over 10 years. I have been trying to see the northern lights, the aurora borealis. And I was living at the time, 2014, 2015, really up until just a couple years ago, I was living up in the northeast, specifically Massachusetts. And the aurora is not common in Massachusetts. But it has happened, and it does happen from time to time. But you really, really have to be paying attention and be on top of it to catch it when it does happen. The problem is, the hard part is, the sun is on an 11-year cycle. So as you can see in this graph here, about every 10, 11 years, there is a peak, and then every 10 or 11 years, there is a valley. What is this chart actually showing? This is the solar activity. So we're talking sunspots, we're talking uh, sunspots and solar flares, and these happen in 10 to 11 year cycles. So during the peaks of these cycles, we see lots of sunspots, lots of solar flares, and lots of potential aurora viewing opportunities here on Earth. And then once we get down into these valleys, a lot of those solar prominent, or what am I thinking of? Anyway, we'll keep it simple. Sunspots and flares happen very infrequently. So your best chances to see the aurora are during these peak times. And as you can see, in 2014, we were in a peak. This is when I started trying to see the aurora borealis. We were in a peak, but it was a smaller and not as intense peak as the previous solar cycles of like the past 30 years. I didn't get to see it. I was chasing the aurora during the peak of the solar cycle, and I did not get to see the aurora. And I was in Vermont too, so I was further up north than even Massachusetts. But now let's fast forward a little bit to today. 2020 comes along. We're in a solar minimum. Hardly any aurora activity for anybody south of the Arctic Circle. And then look at this. We have a strong solar cycle this year. This cycle. This is a strong one, at least compared to last year. Or I keep saying last year, but last cycle. So 10 years later, here we are. We're at the max of the solar cycle again, and we actually hit the max earlier than we thought, and it was stronger than we thought it was going to be. So something crazy happened, actually. I missed Flight 5 of Starship for a friend's wedding, and that wedding took place in Algonquin, Maine. So, huge solar flare on its way to Earth a couple days before the wedding, and I know that I have a pretty dang good chance to see the aurora borealis. We'll see if it ever happens. We get up to Algonquin, we pull into the driveway, I look up into the sky. Actually, while I was driving, right before I got to the apartment that we were staying at, I looked up in the sky, and it was bright red, and I started freaking out. I needed to find the apartment as quickly as possible, park, and take a gander at the sky, because there it was. The thing I've been chasing for 10 freaking years was just there. And I no exaggeration, directly overhead, the sky was bright red. And you started to see some of that movement that you see with some of these aurora borealis pictures, northern lights pictures. And it only really lasted about 5 minutes. And then I tried to go to a darker place and see it better, and it kind of came back a little bit, but not really like the first one. But that was my first aurora experience. Finally got to see it, but it wasn't a long experience, and it wasn't I wasn't comfortably sat somewhere with everything ready to go to fully experience it the way I wanted to see it. Just, we got there, it happened, and it was over. Will says, let's go. So that was freaking awesome. But it left me with there's a term I want to use, but I'm not going to use it. It left me wanting more. It was like a little tease of the aurora. And we are hitting the solar cycle peak. I am not waiting another 10 or 11 years to see the aurora again. That is just not an option for me. At least I'm going to do everything in my ability to see the damn aurora borealis again this solar cycle. And what I want to do is, hold on, I'll save the actual announcement just for a couple more minutes, because I have some explaining to do. But we're going to go try to see it. Will says, according to Langelier's aurora may be dangerous to the space-time continuum. Dude, Langoliers is such a wild movie, if that's what you're talking about. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. So anyway, we're in the solar cycle. So what is my plan? What am I going to do? Well, I have a flight booked for February 3rd. Now we gotta pray that the next Starship catch, or the booster catch, is not on February 3rd. But where we're going to go, let me show you here. So right now we are down in Salt, Texas. You can see that we are down here near Boca Chica Village. This is where Starbase is at. This is where SpaceX Starship Orbital Launch Pad is, Boca Chica State Park. This is where we're hanging out. This is where we're living down here. So we're going to get on a plane, and we are going to do we're going to go meet up with our friend up here in New York City. We're going to meet up with our friend for a night, and he's going to join us, and we're going to fly from New York. Where are we going to go? We are going to go all the way up into the Arctic Circle. We're going to go to Tromsø. We're going to Tromsø, Norway on February 3rd. The beautiful, beautiful thing about being in the Arctic Circle is that the aurora is way more common. You don't really need a solar storm to see the aurora. That said, you are not guaranteed to see the aurora either, especially considering the cloud conditions that are sometimes present, or oftentimes present in Tromsø. But we're going to stay there for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5, 6, 7. We're going to be there for 8 nights. And we're going to chase the aurora, and we are going to find the aurora in the best of my ability. Oh yeah, I kind of skipped over something here. By the way, I know these pictures don't look good at all, but these are the pictures of the aurora when I saw them up in Agunquit. It looked so cool. My friend captured this one here. It wasn't this bright. It was very bright. It was not this bright though, but it was dang bright. Another one that our friends caught. That was a pretty good one. So yeah. Anyway, we are going to. My dad is in chat. Welcome, Dad. I have not told my dad that I'm doing this yet. But yeah, we're going to Tromsø. So let's look at the Norway Arctic Circle map. Yeah, so this is, oops, it's the Arctic Circle. So we're in Tromsø, which is yeah, it's up there in the Arctic Circle. Everything within this blue dot. We're going to my dad says what, where, and when. We're going to I'm going to Tromsø, Norway, on February 3rd to chase the aurora borealis. So, what is my plan? What is my plan for this trip? What time is it? 7:13. All right, I got 15 minutes. I am going to. I don't know what the content that is going to result from this trip. I don't know what that content is going to look like yet. But I'm gonna try to capture some of the planning and build up to the trip for, I don't know, whether they're shorts or a long video at the end. We'll probably do a long video at the end about the whole adventure. But we're also going to be doing a couple, at least 1 or 2 shorts a day regarding our adventure of going up to Tromsø. And so like when I leave here in Texas, I'll document that. I'll post a short. When we're in New York, I'll post a short. We'll post a short of all of our equipment, getting ready. We'll probably do a couple live streams, short live streams, just leading up to the adventure of getting to Norway. I don't know how the live streaming capabilities will be in Tromsø. I don't expect to do much, if at all, live streaming in Tromsø, but I will post videos and shorts. But obviously, while I'm there, I will be recording video to make some sort of like mini short documentary about the experience. And of course, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, that will include footage or pictures of the aurora borealis. So I'm really, really excited. My dad says I want to go. Whatever it is, it'll be cool. Oh yeah, I'm stoked either way. Check back in a bit. Sounds good. Sounds good. Either way, we're getting to go to the Arctic Circle. We get to check out an awesome city, Tromsø. The food there looks amazing. We're gonna have an amazing experience either way. Oh, here's something cool to check out. Check this out. Time and date. Tromsø. Pronounce Tromsø. Let's look at day length. Okay, so in February, on the 3rd, the 4th, let's just say the 4th, because that's when we're there and settled in. The sun rises at 9:07 a.m. local time to Tromsø, and it sets at 2:50 p.m. That's 5 hours and 42 minutes of daylight length, which means that we get a bunch more hours to potentially see the Aurora Borealis at night when the sun's down. So we just got to go and hope for good viewing conditions, hope for the least amount of clouds as possible. And what we really, really, really want to get lucky with is maybe a couple days before we take off, maybe a solar flare happens to be on its way to Earth, and we catch it during a solar storm. That would be amazing. But either way, I think we have a chance at this thing. It's not guaranteed. It is not guaranteed, but I think we have a chance at seeing the Aurora Borealis up in Tromsø, Norway. So we're gonna try to make this exciting for y'all too. I want to bring you on the adventure. And we'll see what we can do as far as getting video. So video and footage and all that stuff of the Aurora is super, super hard. So no promises that we're going to have absolutely beautiful shots or any shots of the Aurora, but we're going to do our best. Real-time video is really, really hard, but time lapses are a little bit easier. So we're going to try to show you what the Aurora looks like. So a lot of what you see in photos and videos of the Aurora, they're a little over exaggerated. That's visually. That's not to say that they are equally as awe-inspiring and potentially life-changing in real life, because they still are. But sometimes those pictures and videos are edited, and a lot of times they show up a lot brighter on pictures than they do in real life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to produce the best footage and video or photography that I can, and I'm going to try to make some look great. But I'm also going to post some that look, I'm going to edit them to look more realistic to what it looks like with your own eyes. So that way you can kind of get a real life example, or not, I guess it's not real life example, but I'm going to try to give you an example of what it looks like in real life and not in doctored up pictures, or just, you know, sometimes cameras just capture it better than our eyes in general, even if they don't doctor it up. So that's the plan, 718. I am super, super stoked. This is the type of stuff I want to do. Where the heck is that place? Do they have a rocket program? I do not think that they have a rocket program. So let's look at a map of Norway. Let's just go back to Google Maps here. So let's zoom out to Europe. Okay, so here we got Europe that we know and love: Spain, Portugal, France, Ireland, United Kingdom, Denmark, Poland. This is the area of Europe that we all know. Norway, of course, is up here in Scandinavia. A lot of people know of Oslo, Norway. That's pretty far south it's actually very far north, but it's pretty far south in Norway. Where I'm going, so you take Oslo, zoom out, you follow the coast up, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and there it is in Tromsø. So this is literally up here. Like I said, in the Arctic Circle. There's not much further north than Tromsø. Are you going to next launch? Amorsi Borg. I will be going to the next Starship launch. Hopefully it'll be in January before this trip, but I will be there, and I will be streaming it, and we'll have an awesome stream of the next launch. I want to kind of look at a globe. Let's how do we look at a globe? Google Earth, so you can get a better idea. uh, in a globe situation where Tromsø, Norway. Yeah, so that's where it is. Now let's zoom out and see it on the globe. So it's way up there. So we're talking further north than probably like similar latitude as like I don't know how to pronounce this, Nunavut, Canada, northeastern passages, Baker Lake, that type of stuff. But yeah, it's way up there. I do not believe that they have a rocket program, but actually, cool thing. NASA likes to shoot little mini rockets into the Aurora Borealis to study them. It's actually really, really cool. NASA sounding rockets Aurora. Let's see if we can find an official YouTube video from NASA that won't copyright strike us. This is the Aurora Chasers, NASA Aurora rocket. I want to see something from the actual NASA channel. Stunning Aurora Borealis from space. Yeah, I don't see anything from the actual NASA channel. But yeah, NASA likes to shoot rockets into the Aurora, which is pretty cool. As a part of this, at some point, I'm sure we'll do a little bit of a explanation of what Aurora Borealis is and how it works. Like before we actually go on this trip, we're gonna have a couple more hype streams to get people excited about this, and we'll explain how this all works and why Aurora is a thing. But yeah, there's some videos I want to show you. Is there any like just like straight up NASA? Let me go to the NASA channel and see if there's any videos of the Aurora Borealis in general. Let's look at, here we go, Northern Lights seen from the International Space Station. That'd be cool to see. Oops, sorry, we're not actually full screen here. So of course the Northern Lights are those green, they can be a lot of different colors, green, purple, red, yellow, gray. But yeah, any questions? Any questions? We gotta catch this thing at the top. This is like trading stocks. We really want to catch it, or I guess you don't really want to catch a stock at the top, but you know what I'm saying. We have limited time here to see this thing, so. 7:23. I'm gonna wrap things up here in the next couple minutes. Let me know if anybody has any questions, comments. I'm going to be looking for some feedback about what kind of content I should do regarding the Aurora. There is one thing I'm looking into that's super, super cool, but I don't know if it is going to be possible, so I'm actually just going to tease it like that. I am looking at some sort of cool video thing, but I don't know if it's going to work out or not. And if it does, you'll know about it. if you don't hear about an extra special cool video coverage thing of this Aurora, then it's not going to happen. But either way, we're going to get pictures. We're going to try to get video as long as we get visibility of it while we're up there. I'm going to be cold. It's going to be crazy going from South Texas Starship to Norway, Aurora. It's going to be quite the change of pace. It's going to be wild. Public domain Aurora images. This is what I'm talking about. Now, it's not going to look like this, but it's still going to be one of the most, it has the chance to be one of the most amazing things I see. Just seeing it the one time in Algonquin, Maine was insane. is actually insane. Yeah, a lot of these it's going to be nothing like this vibrant, but it'll be really cool. All right, no other questions. We're gonna wrap things up here. Oh yeah. That's the last thing I wanted to go over. I do want some feedback. I'll post some polls on the community. We usually get some pretty good response on those polls. So we're gonna post some polls to the community and see what kind of content I should do. I'm going there first and foremost for my own experience, but second to bring as much of that experience I can to y'all. So whatever I do, whatever content I do up there, I want it to be easy and not interfere too much with my own experience. But I'm going to be so jazzed and so excited while I'm there that I'm going to want to share it too. So that's why I'm thinking of doing short live streams, just catching up with everybody, letting them know where I'm at and what the plan is to try to catch the aurora. Some shorts about preparing for it, getting the night of going out to see the aurora, getting all bundled up, and maybe a fire out in the polar circle snowbanks. Yeah, I think this is gonna be dang cool. So I'm excited. I'll keep an eye out for those polls. Last Sunday, or this Sunday, when I did a update stream about the channel, I told y'all that I would not be making any promises on upcoming content. But that's not something like this. This is booked. This is a thing. This is a special event. This is gonna happen. As long as nothing crazy happens, this trip will happen. But I mean more of like the short term stuff, like whether or not I'll make it out to the static fire tomorrow. There's not actually static fire tomorrow, but that's the type of stuff I meant. But I'm happy to continue to make promises like this, where something really exciting is coming down the line, and I want to share that with y'all. And yeah, cool. All right, it's 7:27. I have some plans to catch up with a buddy online. So we're going to do that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Really excited to bring this announcement to you. I'm going to do a little bit of a outro here where I'm going to clip it at the end. So let's see what picture I want in the background. Just Google Maps. I'm just going to do a little video that I can record and then post to X later. So I'll do that before I wrap things up. I'm going to start hitting record on Discord or on OBS. All right, everybody. This is towards the end of the stream. Thanks for hanging out on this announcement. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be flying from South Texas, where I cover Starship down here, a very hot, humid climate, and go up to Tromsø, Norway, which is in the Arctic Circle, and we're going to try to see the Aurora Borealis, and we're going to try to bring you some content from that adventure leading up to and after, preparing for the equipment and the bundling up. It's going to be so much fun. So we're going to try to bring you some of that content. So stay tuned on the channels. We got some fun stuff coming up in early February. So that's the plan. All right, so I'll take that little clip. I'll post that to X and stuff. But that's it. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you next time. My name is Andrew. This is Rocket Future, Aurora Future, Eclipse Future, Space Future, whatever you want to call it. But we're trying to do all the exciting stuff. So thank you. We'll see you next time. My name is Andrew, and